Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of Grown Folks Talk Unfiltered. I am your probably tired host, Renee. Y'all, it is mad late. When I say mad late, it's like mad late at night. And I had done one of these in a while, so I'm like, you know what? I keep saying, oh, I'm going to. And I don't honestly, y'all, I just haven't really felt motivated to do a video. Like it's certain topics and stuff that I want to talk about, but then I'd be like, who cares? Everybody's doing videos about those, right? And I will say this topic that I'm going to touch on tonight, everybody's talking about this as well. However, I'm making an exception for this. And I'm not saying I'm too good to talk about topics or talk about this is what I'm saying. It's more so like kind of get oversaturated. So I just kind of wanted to sit back and wait for things to happen. And unfortunately, it's what I thought it was. Let's talk Carlee Russell. I'm smiling, but I'm really upset about this situation. So you call at night in Alabama alleging there's a toddler in a white shirt and a diaper on the side of a busy intersection. Okay. Then you say, from there, she went missing. Allegedly, she called 911. I don't know why she got off the phone with 911. Nobody's answering that question. Because typically, when situations like that happen, 911 will keep you on the phone. But you know what? Let me not say that too. Because 911 seems to be busy lately for some people in some states, and they can't just stay on the phone like they used to be able to because they got to get to the next call. So, okay, fine. We'll give her some leeway for that, right? Cool. With that being said, um, that happens. And then with that happening, she's on the phone with a family member, and then the family members say they hear a scream, and then the line was just left open. After the line stays open with the family member, then they said that she pretty much went missing and nobody had heard from her. And then apparently 48 hours later, she reappears at her home. Now, the story that she gave us was that somebody lured her into the grassy area, into this field. She said they kidnapped her, fed her Cheez Its for 2 days, painted her nails, plaited her hair, and she escaped. That's what that's what was being told to us. And then she just showed up at her parents' house. When this story first came out, I had a feeling that something was off. However, I didn't say anything because I didn't want to minimize anybody's trauma. I didn't want to minimize how some people felt about the situation. And being a victim of and knowing victims of sexual abuse and the things that come along with that. Because apparently, you can't say that for YouTube, right? Um, it just didn't sound right. Um, I just had a really like it was just something that was just off putting, but I wasn't sure. So then her brother comes out and does this seemingly well rehearsed, well thought out, like it was too clean. Don't get me wrong. I don't like it when, and I can only speak for the black community. Y'all can speak for your own. But in my personal opinion, I don't like it when black folks get on TV and they just belligerent and It's just all over the place. I feel like that stems from things from back in the day to try to make it appear to other ethnicities that all black people are ratchet or all black people are ghetto or you can't, you know what I mean? Like, now don't get me wrong, I judge no one, especially if you got a child missing or this or that. I judge no one, but what I mean by it was too clean, it was just my discernment was kicking in, and I was like, some ain't quite stirring the buttermilk. But again, I kept my mouth closed because one, you don't want to speak prematurely when you don't know what's what, and then two, you don't want to come off as judgmental because at the end of the day, you don't know somebody's situation. My personal thought preference, my not preference, sorry, my personal thought behind that situation was that when I saw the video of the brother, it was too clean. It was something that was just a little off about it. Then I saw the mother on TV, and I'm like, okay, little shifty, standard, I want my daughter home, blah, blah. That's fine. Still not quite sure about it. Then, baby girl just shows up at her parents' doorstep 48 hours later. Now, while I am glad that there's nothing wrong with this girl, I just had some reservations about that because, I mean, that's all I can say. Like, I legit had some reservations about it. Not saying that she can't just show up at her parents' house, but I've never seen that happen before where you were missing and you just poof, you just show up. Unless you were somebody who call yourself running away from your family, and when you were 10 you realize you ain't got nowhere to go, so you at home. You know what I mean? But they usually for, I don't know, man. It just didn't seem right. Then when the police do their investigation, then you start peeling back the layers. And then you found out stuff like what she was researching. Forget the fact that she was researching taken. Forget the fact that she was researching something about being paid for Amber Alerts. Like, forget all of that. Like, let's just forget all that, right? And let's just focus on the other stuff she did. Like, you went to a store and you bought all these snacks and stuff before you were kidnapped. There was no evidence of the child at all by anybody else but her. There was no evidence of this child. There was no evidence of a struggle. There was no evidence of none of that. Um, these same cheeses they fed you, you bought cheeses before the attack. Um, she just doesn't have any credible explanation about why is it that on the neighbors' ring videos, they see you just casually walking down the street, and then when you get close to your mama house, there's another video you flailing along when you weren't just like that a second ago. Like, that's weird. Okay, some people might say maybe she knew the neighborhood and she was walking, and when she saw her house, she just got really excited, decided to run the rest of the way. Okay, so let's just go to what the police said. Captain Keith, such and such, because I'm not pronouncing that last name. I mean, I ain't stupid by any means, but it's not enough vowels for me. Okay, no disrespect. Carlee Russell investigation continues, and this was as of July 18th, which is about 4 days ago. Um, 9 p.m. The investigation into the Carlee Russell case continues as detectives are working to determine what happened from the time prior to her 911 call Thursday night until she returned home on foot Saturday night. Detectives spoke to Carlee very briefly upon her return home and are waiting for her to be made available to obtain a more detailed statement about the sequence of events during the time frame. While we are not in a position to reveal all of the information we have gathered at this point, we can talk about some details that we have not previously discussed. After leaving the colonnade, Carlee went to Target on Highway 280, purchased some snack food type items. These items were located in the vehicle. These items were located in the vehicle or with her cell phone and wig at the scene of her disappearance. The Hoover Police Department has not located any evidence of a toddler walking down the interstate, nor did we receive any additional calls about a toddler walking down the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through that area as depicted by the traffic camera surveillance video. Detectives have obtained surveillance video from Carlee's neighborhood, which shows her walking down the sidewalk alone prior to her arrival at her residence. Fire department radio traffic obtained by several media outlets shows that medics were dispatched to her residence on an unresponsive but breathing person. That was the term used in the initial dispatch of the Hoover Fire Department to the residents, and the information about her condition was simply a dispatcher relaying information from what a 911 caller told the emergency communicator. When first responders arrived on scene, they found Miss Russell conscious and speaking, and she was transported in that condition. She was later treated and released from a local hospital. Numerous evidentiary items are still being evaluated, and those items are key in the process of determining exactly what took place in the approximately 49 hours Carlee was missing, but also what took place prior to her disappearance. Lastly, this release contains all the information the Uber Police Department is able to provide at this time. We understand that there are numerous rumors and misinformation making the rounds in both social media and traditional media. While we understand the public interest in this incident, we must maintain the integrity of the case. Thus, we are limited in what information statements we can release and can confirm at this time. The Hoover Police Department will hold a press conference tomorrow at which we will be able to release additional information. The press conference will be taking place at Frank and Pam Bearfield Training Center, located at 850 Municipal Drive, Hoover, Alabama at 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And that was the response as of 2018. And then, well, not 2018, sorry, since 7/18, 2023. That was a response issued then. And then, of course, they've had the meeting and they've had the press release since then, which pretty much reiterated what they stated when they did the initial release, but also that none of the information is making sense. Carlee can't provide any accurate anything about her disappearance or if she was really missing, if she was really hurt. The facts of the case make no sense to police officers. And at this point, everyone's calling it a lie, which I believe that it is. I really believe that this girl wasted time, money, energy, and effort just to receive some type of attention. The first thing I hear is love. I logically, right? Because I've dealt with a lot of interesting people in my life. Logically, I can understand why she did what she did. However, I do not agree. Ma'am, you are out of order. You need therapy and you need to be convicted for what you did, for the lie that you told, for making a false police statement, The lies were so much. The lies were so much. Um, and I really feel like maybe not necessarily get jail time, but I do think that she should have to pay restitution. I think that she should have to pay back for the money and resources that she that were utilized in order to be able to find her. Because you didn't just have police looking for you, the Secret Service was looking for you. Like, people were on foot looking for you, and your ass wasn't even missing. It's Let me just say this. I'm just gonna make it plain. It's bad enough people don't believe us anyway. They don't believe us anyway. People don't believe us when we talk anyway. You can tell somebody that you're hurting and you're in pain, and they'll look at you and be like, "No, you're fine," because they think that just because you're black and your ancestors went through slavery and you're a descendant of that, that your pain threshold is a lot higher than everybody else's, which will kind of make us superhuman. But y'all don't want to give us that credit. But that's neither here nor there. Like, just simple things like that, they don't believe us. And then you come out and you do something like this when it's real women who are actually missing that nobody's looking for, or the majority aren't looking for. You have people with huge platforms posting to try to find your not headed ass, and you was out here lying the whole time, bro. I got friends and Facebook friends that really got family missing out here for you to lie about it. And for what? So some people feel like based upon that she should do jail time. My personal opinion, I don't think she should do jail time, but if she do, so what? I have no dog in this fight, and I have no sympathy for her. I don't. Yeah, you grateful that somebody's alive, but at the same time, it's like, bitch, you lied. You wasted everybody's fucking time. And ain't nothing wrong with you, bro. You should be, and you need to be paying restitution. This is so jacked up. You really, like, people don't understand how this stuff sets us back. The voice of a woman, not in all situations, but in some. Let me just say that. Not in all, but in some, is rarely heard or cared about. We're already in a position where people just automatically don't believe us. And then you go out and do something like this and you make it 10 times worse. So I just want to say that to all the moms out there who are really missing your children and are really upset by this because you got somebody who just flat out lied when all you want to do is see your baby again. All you want to do is hug your child. For those parents who got kids out here missing, or who kids were missing and unfortunately they were, slain in some way, shape, or form, and just thrown away like nobody cared about them. My humblest apologies and just sincerest thoughts and prayers go out to you, because, and I'm not apologizing because I did anything wrong, because I don't know this if I had to do this, but I feel like an apology is owed to you all, and who knows if she'll ever give it. Um, because I know some of you looked at her situation and thought, man, I pray her family finds her, because you don't want her family to go through what you're going through. And this ain't just to the moms, it's to the dads as well. It's men out here who got kids missing, and all they want to do is be able to see their kids. You know what I mean? and they've been taken by some person or somebody or whatever the case may be. It's just they're not home with you. And it's sad that we live in a day and age where people are so worried about clicks and views, and they're so worried about going viral, and they're so worried about being seen and attention being on them, etc., that they rather lie for attention and say something happened to them that it didn't. You know what I mean? My sincerest, um, heartfelt prayers truly go out to you all because y'all don't deserve that. It's not fair. It's not fair just for her to be lying. It's not fair. And the truth is this: no one's saying that they wish that something happened to her. I haven't heard that yet. Not saying because some of y'all crazy, some of y'all crazy out here, yo. Some of y'all be tripping out here. Um, but I personally haven't heard or seen anyone say that they wanted something, bad or negative to happen to the girl. And it's not like that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, why did you lie? You owe people an answer. You owe people an answer. And I think she needs to take accountability for it. And that's the truth. Um, it's just it's a very sad situation. It is very sad that you know, people have allowed the internet and media to become. Sad. But that's my topic for today, you guys. Just keep, those who really lost their children in your thoughts and prayers. And I hate to say it, but I pray that whatever she has coming to her, she gets it. And it ain't no negativity. It ain't none of that. Honestly, I pray God has mercy on her. But at the same time, I feel like she get what she deserved. Like if they make you pay all this money, if they make you do jail time, like it's what it is. Like you gonna have to take this one on the chin, boo, because you messed up. You need to take accountability for this, 100%. And I think that she owes the state of Alabama, their police department, the Secret Service. I think that whomever helped her in this owe these people an apology, and you need to make a formal apology to the mothers and parents and fathers out here and grandparents who are missing their children and grandchildren, and all they want them to do is come home. And you just sent the world off on a lie. The people who need attention can't even get it because you're too busy lying. I said I was gonna end it, y'all. I'm sorry. It just frustrates me. It really does. It pisses me off beyond belief. But we're gonna bring it back. Thank you for coming to another episode of Grown Folks Talk Unfiltered. I got a lot of things coming up. My second book is underway. The girl that got that. Can't you feel a brand new day? Yeah, got the typing again. So my second book is coming out. I have at least 10 people that I know of. Let me not lie, it's more than that have been asking me for the next edition. So I gotta kind of get on it. Um, and I'll let you guys know when more information about that comes out. Also, I got some other things that are happening as far as like my health journey, how I'm doing with that. I was working with a personal trainer, and then my anemia got worse. And I'm gonna make another video this week to kind of talk about what's been going on with that and some of the steps that I decided to take. Um, and then just kind of keep you guys updated. I mean, what else am I doing? But this has been another episode of Grown Folks Talk Unfiltered. Thank you so much for hanging with me and just being patient with me. I got a lot going on, but we gonna get it right. We gonna get it right at this table.